Yes. What? I had a good Easter, spent some time with family, did all of that. I hope you guys all had a great Easter as well. Man, I tell you, what a weekend to be off. Literally from the moment we went off air on Thursday night until just a little bit ago, things have been going crazy all over everywhere. Things have been going crazy that I need to talk about in Muncie. Things have been going crazy in Winchester and Randolph County, and things have been going all crazy in Henry County and Madison County. Things have been going crazy on the national level. Literally, I could have been live all weekend long, and I still probably wouldn't have had enough time to cover what I needed to cover with you guys because things have just been going crazy. So Friday evening, as I was starting my evening, I was notified of a really good thing. I, of course, didn't wait. I pulled over to the side of the road and I wrote out a little script and I went live with the breaking news. I've recorded that. You guys have all been sharing that. We're going to be talking about all of that here in just a little bit. We're going to be talking about, of course, that breaking news. We're going to be talking about what's going on in Muncie. Muncie currently has some craziness occurring. We've got an upcoming Muncie City Council meeting as well. We have a big question currently going on in Delaware County as it relates to a Delaware County government body and possibly paying for what appears to be a campaign mailer, that whole thing we talked about a little bit the other day. And then, of course, all the insanity that's been going on in Madison and Henry County. And then we still have 2024 election currently underway. So thank you all for watching. Hey, I want to ask you all, if you can, please share the show with everyone you know. Help spread the word. That's very important to us here. If you're interested in becoming a member, it's value for value entertainment or information here. So if you get value and you want to give us back some value, have at it. All we care about is the fact that you're here and that you watch, and that is what's awesome. And that's what we ask of you guys here more than anything. So thank you for that. Please do us a favor. If you can do all of the cool YouTube things, that would be cool. If you're here watching from YouTube, please subscribe. Once you hit the subscription button, you'll notice that there's a little bell there that you can click on, and that will allow you to set your notifications. If you want to get notifications when we go live, if you want to get notifications of when we drop content, because, Friday, you didn't think that you were going to get anything. And then bam, Friday at like 6 p.m., a breaking news was dropped on you. So it was a big thing. So ring that bell. If you're here, please do us a favor. Hey, there's like at least 50 of you currently locked on and watching us live. So if you would, just toggle down and click that like button. That helps us. We've been doing good in the like department here in the last few episodes. So please consider toggling over and clicking that like button if you so would. But more important than all of that, I ask you, if you're watching live, to talk with us. Comment in the live comment chat. It's over to the right, over to the left, whichever way it is. Do that thing. Talk with us. If you're watching on repeat, comment in the comment box below. We will have a lot of good information to talk about this night. We have a lot on the agenda. So we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that might have been away on the weekend or might not have heard, you might not have got the notification, although I know a lot of you have watched it. Breaking news out of the UK and right out of Randolph County, Winchester, Indiana. That's right. The absolute disgusting human being known as Lewis David Gallagan has been arrested in England. He was captured, and it is a good thing that he was captured. I think it's absolutely brilliant that he is no longer on the streets. I'm going to put this up and let you see. Lewis was arrested back on the 4th of January 2024. So the first couple days of this year, he was arrested. All right. And after he was arrested, he was booked into the Randolph County Jail. And he was given a very small bond of $40,000, and he was easily able to pay the $4,000, the 10%, and he bailed out, and he skipped out of town. He chucked the plane over to jolly old England, and he's been on the run as a fugitive ever since. Now, I want to show you here the formal criminal charges this a-hole has been formally charged with are very serious charges. All right. He was charged with one count of rape while compelled by force, one charge of just that word again, level 1 felony the first time, level 3 felony the second time, both 1 count each. 2 counts of promotion of human sexual trafficking, level 4 felony each of those 2 counts. 1 count of level 5 child exploitation. 2 counts of level 6 felony possession of child pornography. 1 count of level 6 felony intimidation while threatening a forcible felony. And then 2 counts of a misdemeanor intimidation and a count of a misdemeanor making an unlawful proposition. So he is a bad guy. This is not a good person. And yeah, they only had a couple charges. Now, the majority of those charges have come from the fact that they've investigated further. He's been on the run. And I am willing to say that we could quite possibly see further charges in the upcoming days, weeks, months, years. Now, I am extremely happy I'm extremely happy that this guy is no longer living a free life. Now, I also will tell you that I will be much happier when he is back here in the United States. I will be much happier when he is sitting his little criminal behind in a jail cell here in Indiana. I will be happy when he can go in front of a judge here in the United States because I will tell you that I don't believe that English jails, detention centers, are as appropriate for him. I don't really want him to be sitting there and still getting high tea and crumpets by COs that are wearing powdered wigs and whatnot. I would kind of rather like him to come back here and have asshole COs and quite possibly run the risk of getting beanbagged. I guess you know what I mean. I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah. Now, what's going to be really interesting here? Well, no. So I want to be very clear. Okay, I want to be very clear. He's not been arrested in England on charges of child anything, sexual anything, or any kind of criminal, to my knowledge. Now, that could change. Maybe we could find something else out. I will tell you that I have been speaking with a source connected to federal law enforcement, and I have not at this point received any more information. I have sent out an email to the ministry, the MOJ, the Ministry of Jails, Justice, the Ministry of Justice. It wasn't jails. I knew that was wrong. I sent an email last night to the Ministry of Justice in England, and I told them what I wanted. I explained to them what the situation was, who this person was, and I am asking to know where he is at. I'm asking to know who hooked him. Was it His Majesty's Secret Service? Did Bond pick him up? Did Austin Powers snag him? Or was it some Bobby just being like, oh hey. Now I will tell you that based on the fact that he was charged with what he was charged with here in America, specifically here in Indiana, specifically here in well, I'm not in Randolph County, but in East Central Indiana in Randolph County over to the east. Because of what he was charged with, and not simply alone because of what he was charged with, but because of what he was charged with and the fact that they, one, had proof that he caught a plane to England after bonding out, which is a no-no, and the fact that he has failed to return for at least one court date, if not two court dates related to these charges, and other court dates relating to other charges, because he does have other charges that are not these. He has charges as they relate to like a a theft incident, I believe. He has charges. He has a couple different charges in Jay County, in Wayne County, I believe. I don't even care about those. So make those go away. I don't even care about those. I am strictly interested in what he has done in Randolph County, and that's that. But because he did not attend court, they were able and eligible to request a warrant that would be, they wanted to get him extradited, an extraditable warrant. Now, I will tell you, like anyone else in that situation, he can fight extradition. He can say, I will not fight extradition and I will go willingly. What is that process like? I'm not really 100% sure, and that's what we're in the process of trying to find out. But I will tell you, common sense would dictate that if he chooses not to fight extradition, and he'll say, no, I will go back and I will face what I'm facing, he will be here quicker than if he chooses to fight it. If he chooses to fight it, I don't know how long it could be. It won't be as big. Yeah, that's right. It won't be as big as, like, Julian Assange and whatever. But the thing is, here's what's worrisome: is Galligan's money comes from his grandfather, and it comes from his grandfather who lives in England. So his people are like, wait, how's he able to just do what he's been doing and whatever? Because he would have another car every other day and all of this crap. That's the reason I want him back in the States, because I do not want his grandfather's money to be able to buy him other comforts while he's sitting in a jail cell in England. Now, I want to be 1000% up and honest with everyone. He is innocent until proven guilty. He is innocent until proven guilty. He is an innocent man. But that's all I got to say about that. He's also pretty guilty. He's been involved with heinous things since he's been on the run. I have sources that have said that he has been in touch with some of his victims, attempting to threaten them, attempting to threaten families. There are situations in which he is absolutely responsible for some very, very disturbing things, even outside of the charges. Now, I don't feel I don't feel um um mm, 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 I don't feel like I am able to say what those other situations are just yet, but they all will be known eventually. No, I absolutely believe in due process. There, Jack, but due process isn't, you know, jet setting your way over to England after being given a preliminary. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Why is he any different than, oh God, I don't want to say this because I don't want people to be like, you're sticking up for Kimbrell. Why is he different than Kimbrell? You know, in my opinion, these are two people that are very similar in their insanity, in their sickness here, in their criminality. Um, all being told, uh, Lewis has, in my opinion, I think he's got more victims than that. So you know, I'm surprised his family doesn't catch charges for aiding him in fleeing. That's the other thing. I would like to know what's happening there. I would like to know what's happening. A question for a question, Bilbrey. All will be known. I don't know what that means. Do you have more questions, or you want me to? Is there a question you want me to answer? Do I believe in due process? Yes, I believe in due process. I'm also not responsible for the due process. That's the courts. Like, who did set it up there? Joey said we're allowed to have opinions. I think Lewis is a piece of scum, and I think that I think that you know, I don't think our due process has anything to do with him sitting in a process in a cush jail in the UK, unless you get that same benefit. If you get that same benefit, then huzzah! But I don't think that we do. If you or I are arrested for a crime, we go to jail and we can bond out if we can, or we can't bond out, one of the two things. And if we do bond out, you know, I don't know. I don't have anybody helping me get to England. I don't think that he was treated the same way. You've got a guy who is charged with fairly serious sexual crimes, who bonded out on those crimes in a pretty quick order, was not made to turn over, turn over his passport. I don't know if they told him, don't leave the country. I've arrested a lot of people, both as a patrolman and as an investigator, and there's only been one person ever that I ever said, you're not free to leave where we're at. Don't leave anywhere. Bob sent him to England. No, I don't believe Bob sent him to England. Here's the thing. Lewis holds a double citizenship. Lewis holds a double citizenship. Lewis has an English parent and an American parent, and that's that. So he wasn't smart enough to flee to a non-extradition country. No, because here's the thing. He wouldn't want to live uncomfortably. He is somebody that likes to live the comfort lifestyle. So he's not going to be going to like a cave in Afghanistan somewhere. He's going to like, Blackpool, England or something. And that's exactly right. I do think that Lewis thinks that his money and his citizenship in the UK will keep him safe. Now, the question is, will he see? There's two trains of thought here. One train of thought is he will fight extradition and he will stay there as long as he can. And the other train of thought is he will not fight extradition, and he will come back here as quickly as possible because he has a story to tell. To me, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how fast he does come back. If he comes back here quickly, I think that's a bad sign for other people in Winchester. You know, that's just my own kind of thoughts on that. I guess time will tell. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. So, yeah, that's that. Okay. Besides that, we don't know anything else. We'll have to see what happens. If he's back quick, others are going down. Yeah, I could see that because I could see him thinking, well, this will be about diplomacy. I don't think they're that high up in anything. I mean, his parents are nothing. I mean, they're just regular, normal people. They're not like they're not like dignitaries of any sort. I think they're just some idiots that have money. And like Brandon said, it's not his money. And specifically, I don't even think it's his mom and or dad's money. I think it's his grandfather's money. And, you know, it's a situation where he's been given everything he wanted his entire life and no one's ever told him no. He's very similar. He's very similar to the sheriff in the sheriff in the sheriff of Nottingham. I was going to say the sheriff of Henry County. He's never really been told no, and so that's that. Was it his granddad? Then I don't think so, Alva. Yeah. Hey, you know, listen, one thing I want to tell you is, and I am not repeating anything that Lewis said to me as fact. I know nothing of what's going on. All I can tell you is Lewis talked about Lewis talked about the hotel in Winchester a lot. I don't know what his connection was with it. I don't know if he was just blowing smoke because Lewis is a world-class pathological liar. All right? I mean, Lewis told people he was 35. He's like this 19-year-old boy telling people he's 35. He's got people believing that he's a pilot, that he's an air marshal, saying just all of this weird crap at every turn. And the thing that just blows my mind is you have people like a mayor of an actual whole ass town, like a real ass town, that buys this kid's crap. Like, what is going on that Bob McCoy would be like, oh yeah, this kid's a cool kid to hang out with. I think he's cool. Now, someone else I told, hey, don't be hanging out with Lewis. Lewis is a weirdo. I don't like that kid. I get a weird vibe around him, and I don't like that kid. And I don't want anything to do with him, and I don't want him to be around me. I was around that kid. He was inside my vehicle exactly 2 times. 2 times. I was going to Caddis, and Kimbrell wanted to go, and I picked up Kimbrell, and Lewis was there, and I didn't like it. I was like, "Why is he here?" And he's like, "Oh, he wanted to go," and I was like, "Okay." And when we got back, I was like, "Okay, well, I'm not." When we were in Caddis, and the way that Josh acted in Caddis was when I realized I don't. We're not gonna go in the same vehicle places, because I'm not okay with just jumping out, going crazy, balls to the wall. Just, this guy's too pistol hot. Something's wrong with him. And I didn't like hanging around Lewis. And then there was another time that Josh needed a ride to an attorney in Fort Wayne, and I was like, "Okay, I'll give you a ride." And when I got there, Lewis was there. And after that trip, I was like, "All right, I'm not that. I will never be around Lewis again like that." Now I'll tell you, Bob, not Bob. Sorry about that, Brandon. I called Brandon Bob. Brandon nailed it from word go. Brandon's like, "I don't like that kid. I don't want anything to do with him. I don't trust him." And I don't Brandon, to my knowledge, I don't think Brandon was ever around him. I think Brandon was never around him in any capacity. So that's that. There is a yeah it no, there's an actual hotel, and what's weird with the hotel is the hotel has been rumored. Again, I'm not stating this. This is just rumors that you hear passing through. The hotel has been rumored for years to be connected to some kind of weird going on. And I don't know what that is. And you are able to decide amongst yourself in your own minds what that would be. Weird deal. But Lewis is the one that was like, "Oh yeah, my name was used to rent a bunch of rooms out." And like, I listen, when he told me that, I was like, I don't, I don't know if I buy that kid or not. It's a conglomerate of people that own it. There are several different people that own it. One of those people that is involved in the ownership and the manager side of things is Cheryl Prescott. And for those that do not know who Cheryl Prescott is, she is the wife to Troy Prescott, which is a former Randolph County commissioner, and they are the parents of current District 33 state representative J.D. Prescott. And oh no, Cheryl is his mom. It's his mommy, his mother, mommy. His mom owns it. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what his mom. I don't know what his aunt does with it. His aunt might have something to do with it. The only one I know is, oh yeah, yeah. His aunt has to, right. I don't know. Bob and JD going down on loose returns. If he comes back early, we will see what happens. I'll tell you, that's what we'll see. But to wrap up on the Gallagan things, I want to let you guys know I do have emails into a couple different people. I do have emails into Homeland Security. I have an email into a source of mine, and I do have. I will reach out, and I will try to talk with the sheriff's department this week. I know that they still have a lot going on because of the the tornado. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. The only other thing that I want to say on this before we get out of here, or before we get off this topic, is in connection with this. It's not just Lewis who we're interested in, But this dipshit on the left here in the blue shirt, Mr. Joshua Kimbrell, he currently is sitting in jail, and I looked up his my case on Saturday. He should have had his meeting with his attorney sometime last week, and the attorney should have said, for the last time, do you want to take this plea bargain? And if Josh said yes, it would have taken the jury trial off. They would have been a plea, and we already know that. Josh, to my knowledge, said no, and the jury trial is scheduled for April 17th. So unless something happens differently, I know that there's the final pre-trial a conference set for Monday, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hope that there's no continuances, and I hope April 17th is it, because I'm tired of talking about these people, and I want them to get what they get and just go away. So that is that. Yeah, he's ridiculous, and I hope they get what they get. That's all I can say about that. Okay, moving on, we need to talk about this extremely bizarre situation of Mr. Jonathan Powell. And I want to make sure that you guys are aware, in case you're not familiar with who Jonathan Powell is. Jonathan Powell is hold on here, let me get this pulled up. I want to get this pulled up here before we get into it. Okay, right here we go. All right. Can you plead out everything? Yeah, he could still plead out. I mean, he could take real quick. He could. Listen. Well, it just depends. There are some people who say, like, he could go all the way to the day of the jury trial and then say, "Hey, I want to take a plea," and the prosecutors could possibly take that, or they might get to a point where they say, "No, we're gonna go. We're not gonna." Once he says no, the final actual time they extend it, there are some prosecutors who will say, "No, I'm taking that off the trial. That's off. I'm done." So that's that. Okay, back to John Powell. Audie had that right now. I want to say this before we get started with this. Addiction is a son of a bitch. I don't wish this on anybody. I'm not talking ill of anyone that is addicted. I want to be very clear. There are all kinds of issues that go on, and I hope that people get treatment. And I believe in second chances, and I believe that people who have addiction can change. I know people who have. I know a lot of people who haven't. There's a lot of things that go on with this. There's a lot of things that go on. However, anyone that has been addicted and is clean now will tell you that they know. I was listening to some guy say, like, look, I was in active addiction for 25 years and I've been clean for 15. And if I call my dad and say I need $5, he won't give it to me. He'll say, "What do you need $5 for?" And I will say, "Well, I needed it to get X, Y, and Z." And he'll go buy X, Y, and Z instead of giving me $5, because there are people who know having loose money in your hand that's not exactly budgeted to what it goes for can be a slippery slope. And, it's just everybody needs to know there are some things that happen in addiction that, yes, I believe in second chances. And yes, I believe in people changing. And there are some things that sometimes as humans, like my dad said long ago, you are capable of doing whatever you want to do in life. You can do whatever you want to do in life. You just have to be willing to pay the consequences. And there are some consequences that once you've crossed that bridge and you've paid that tab, there is no going back. There is no going back. And we've talked about Joey on here for years, or for about him being clean for years on here, and I am very happy and very proud. There's a lot of other people that have talked about it, and I mean, I think that's absolutely awesome. A way to go, amazing. The thing is, this is not to me about John's addiction or his sobriety or lack thereof or whatever. It's about liability. It's about liability. So I want to be very clear. It was not like this guy was addicted and using and snorting cocaine in February of this year. That is not what I'm telling you about. This guy had been accused of being addicted to powder cocaine and being around and dealing in powder cocaine in March of 2023. Now, the difference about this, just anybody else, is at the same time he was being, accused of having this powder cocaine addiction. He was a police officer out here locking people up, for their addictions, quite possibly, And so there's a problem with that. There's a problem when you're locking people up for addictions and you're going home and you're, on the, Mr. Conductor on the toot toot choo choo train, So that's that. So whatever occurred, this guy had a couple of run-ins, and then he was off on paid leave. He went to some kind of rehab. I don't know what occurred there. I guess he got clean, didn't clean, whatever. The chief of police filed a they filed. Listen to this, is very crazy. They filed a complaint with a charge of conduct unbecoming an officer with the merit board. And when he went in front of the merit board on Thursday, on Wednesday, February 7th, they fired him. Okay, so it's very important to understand that. Let me make sure I got the original. I want to get the original post, not what occurred back in. Let me find it here. Okay, let me see if I can pull that up this way. Give me 1 second. Damn it. Okay, we'll do it this way then. We'll do it live. Uh, so, all right. Here's a picture of Mr. John Powell. Okay. And this was a fairly recent picture. This was not him during the time. This is a fairly recent picture. So he was fired on Thursday, February 8th for conduct unbecoming an officer due to the fact that said officer, John Powell, had obtained and ingested cocaine. The Merit Commission called the officer's actions felonious and immoral. Those are not my words. That is the words of the Merit Commission. After the Merit Commission voted, and they voted unanimously 5-0 to terminate him. Okay. After that happened, the police chief made the following statement. The Muncie Police Department is charged with enforcing the laws and combating crime within the city of Muncie. We address those that violate the laws, making civilized culture possible. While human and prone to making mistakes, we are not above the laws, and we hold ourselves to a higher standard. As such, there is zero tolerance for any kind of criminal activity within our ranks. And he was terminated. Now, to be fair, there was a second officer that was also terminated, also because of drug use and drug abuse. Why are we talking about this now? Because we talked about this all the way back then. Well, one of the things, and people would say, why does this matter? Why does this matter? And it sucks. I apologize, but it just does. Because we need to just understand how this all fits together. His stepmother, who he looks at as a mother figure, is current Muncie City Councilor Nora Powell, Democrat Muncie City Councilor for District 2, and his father is currently a Muncie City fireman. His father has been a Muncie fireman for years, and his mother is on the council. She had been on the council a couple years ago, and then she's on the council again. Okay, why does any of this matter? Well, after being terminated for the reasons given on February 8th, okay, on March 28th, just 49 days after being terminated, the city of Muncie offered John Powell, this former Muncie City police officer, they offered him a conditional offer of employment along with 24 other individuals. The Muncie Fire Merit Commission, which is the exact same kind of body as the police commission, it's just 5 different people. It's a body of 5 people appointed by the council and appointed by the mayor. This body of 5, the Muncie Fire Merit Commission, offered John Powell and 24 other individuals a conditional offer of employment. And I just wanted to know, like, in what world does that happen? I said, well, apparently this world, because it's happening. So I said, what's the deal? Well, the Muncie City Police Department Merit Commission held a meeting on Thursday, February 28th. You know, they did what they did. I mean, it's just, it's crazy to me. So they unanimously voted 5-0 to terminate Officer Powell based on the disciplinary complaint. Now, I want to tell you, the sources within the Muncie City Police Department have told me multiple times, directly, specifically speaking of Officer Powell solely, that the issue with cocaine was not a one-time deal. It was an ongoing problem. It was a problem that he had tried to shake, and he had had issues shaking. Okay. Here's the thing. The Muncie City Fire Department has been coming off of a streak of bad press. Cheating scandal, a situation in which two EMS personnel inadvertently, accidentally, horribly killed an individual, which resulted in a settlement. Just problem after problem after problem after problem after problem. They have come off this very crazy streak of bad press. And then we find out on Friday the 29th that they have offered this young man a job. Now, yeah, Ryan, absolutely. Well, so here's the thing. He is not on a volunteer department currently, not that I know of. I don't know if he is or not. The man's was a police officer, okay? And so I don't know what the deal is with now being a fireman. I don't know. The fire department isn't just a fire department. The fire department in the last several years have now become an EMS service, which means they have possession of narcotics. Matter of fact, one of those bad press incidents that I talked to you all about was the fact that one of their EMS personnel was just publicly fired and arrested and charged for stealing fentanyl. He was stealing fentanyl from the narcotic boxes. There was another one that EMS personnel that had been fired and let go for the same thing, but it was not as publicly, scrutinized. So this is something that happens. And I've been talking to other elected officials and folks within the law enforcement community, and people are upset about this. They're like, how can he be trusted around the narcotics? How can they do this? What kind of liability is this putting the city into? But let's talk about something from the perspective of Mr. Powell for a moment. All right. Let's talk about not bashing on Mr. Powell. Let's talk about how in the hell do they say on the 28th in a conditional offer of employment, you are the person we're looking for a job. And as long as you pass these perf standards, we want to make you a fireman. How can they say that to an individual who just 49 days ago, that's less than 2 months, they said committed conduct that was unbecoming of an officer, or take out officer and make employee, and had committed actions that were felonious and immoral. Okay. So that's really, really strange. Now, to me, that puts the city of Muncie in a very sticky situation, because why doesn't John Powell say, well, wait a minute. If I am a good employee now, what? Nothing could change in 49 days. What's the deal with that? Maybe I just sue the city of Muncie for wrongful termination. Okay. Well, let me tell you, I have heard that there is the threat of a possible lawsuit. So my question is this blackmail? Did his father have something to do with this? Did his mother have something to do with this? Because I'm going to tell you, she absolutely pulled strings and pushed and fought to get him on the police department. That is 1,000% without a doubt, no questions asked. Nora Powell begged, pleaded, pushed, screamed, yelled, cheated, did whatever she needed to do at the time to push and push and push to get him on the police department. And that is something that I will absolutely say with validation. And there are people in circles out there, I don't know if the person's actually on here now, who can verify what I am saying. So now the question stands, is this a thing where they're like, hey, we need a counselor to really be pushing for this $9 million fire situation to build this firehouse? If we've got a counselor behind the scenes pushing for this firehouse, maybe we can help that person out. I just want to say I don't know. Now, this is all what I had heard up until going into the weekend. Now she not for 4 years. She just got elected. We're 3 months into her first year, her first term. We are 3 months in. We're going into her fourth month of her new term. I will tell you what I have heard since I made this post on Friday, what I've heard this weekend changes a little bit of what we've just been talking about. I'm leading you guys up of a story, but now what I've heard changes things a little bit, but in my opinion, it makes it just as bad. Now what I'm hearing is, oh no, we were never going to hire him in the first place. This was never to hire him. But some kind of nonsense about the chief's nephew is also wanting to be fired, but he's further down the list than Mr. Powell. And they didn't want to make it look like they were polling favorites, so they helped him get on, knowing that they wouldn't hire him and he wouldn't get on. And so he would be kicked off, and that would push the nephew further up the line to give the nephew a job, because they hired, there's 25 of them they gave this conditional employment offer to, and they're trying to hire 22 or 23 of them. What kind of nonsense are we doing here? What is happening? I don't care if it's we're giving this dude an offer or it's the other story I heard. Those are both bullshit games. Why are we playing games like this? This sounds like nonsense when we're going out to recess in 5th grade and deciding who we're going to Red Rover, send John Powell on over. We're trying to decide, who's going to be on our team. Nonsense. This is bullshit games that we shouldn't be playing. Sounds like typical Delaware County to me. Ding, 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 ding. A couple things I want to make sure that you guys are aware. This man, first off, was not charged with a crime. He's never been charged with a crime. He was not charged with possession of cocaine, and he was not charged with dealing in cocaine. And I don't believe that there's ever been any allegation that he's ever been dealing cocaine. There's no allegation that he has ever dealt cocaine. So I want to say real quick for the record, there is no criminal charges against this man. They didn't turn anything over. I don't know. I don't know what occurred there. I don't know why that happened or why that didn't happen. I don't know the situation around that case, around the situation. So, for whatever reason, either one or two things occurred. Either there was never any generated police report, and the police officers never, there was nothing to ever turn into the prosecutor's office, or they turned something in, and the prosecutor's office deemed that there wasn't enough to charge. But for one thing or another, whatever the situation, he was never charged. So he is innocent. He's innocent of everything. I'm not saying that he's guilty of anything. I haven't said that. Um, he was terminated, and the Merit Commission terminated them for the reasons they felt that they had to terminate him, and that is very very important to know. So that is very important. And so what I'm hearing is that nothing was ever submitted, that there was never any police report ever made. So that's important. I don't know. Yeah, Alva, that's a good question. Why did the Muncie Police Department never file a report? I have no clue. So when a person goes to file, an application to a job, and it says, are you a misdemeanor? Have you ever been charged of a misdemeanor? Have you ever been charged with a felony? He can legally put down, nope, I am perfectly capable of putting down, I am not a misdemeanor. I'm not charged with a misdemeanor. I am not charged with a felony. Boom, bang, pow. No issue. No problem. Okay. So that being said, if this was a fire department someplace out of state that just didn't know it, or maybe even Anderson, hell, for all that fact, they wouldn't know that. The fact that the city of Muncie is the same entity where he was fired from, they knew, people knew. However, they had to go by, quote unquote, the rules and the laws of the Merit Commission, which said if they didn't have any reason to not extend him this, then and that is according to individuals. I imagine that there could be, if you could give the law, how law is, you could give it to 10 different people and they could read it 10 different ways. I will tell you that after talking to now a couple different people, so the Merit Commission is made up of 5 people. After talking to a couple of different people who have I have either spoke directly to a couple Merit Commission people, or people who have also talked to more Merit Commission people. What they're saying is, oh, there's more to the story. You just don't know what's going on or whatever, and hey, we don't know because we don't know. We don't know what the deal is. The point being here, this is going to raise questions, period. Like, that's the point. It's going to raise questions. No one in their right mind could be in this situation and think, oh, yep, this is normal. Nobody's going to ask questions about this. No one will say anything about this. Everything's good to go. No one will ask about this. Everybody connected to this knew the minute that this hit, there were going to be people that had question, period. And so that'll be interesting to see what happens. Now, I do want to say this, just to make sure that everyone was on the same page and everybody was on the up and up. I sent a questionnaire, an email rather, with questions in it. I sent that to various officials within the city of Muncie, and this is what I sent. I sent a question, said concerning hire. I said, Question: has it been brought to ever? I sent it. First of all, I sent this to the mayor. I sent it to the communications director. I sent this to the HR director. I sent it to all 9 of the council members and the fire chief. I said, so question: has it been brought to everyone's attention that the City of Muncie Fire Department last night, Thursday, March 28th, 2024, offered a conditional offer of employment to John Powell, even though the City of Muncie just fired him as a police officer on Thursday, February 8th, 2024, for conduct unbecoming an officer due to the fact that he had obtained and ingested cocaine. The Merit Commission called Powell's action felonious and immoral. The Merit Commission voted unanimously 5-0 to terminate him, and sources within the Muncie City Police Department have stated to me directly that this issue with cocaine was an ongoing Powell. After the Merit Commission's vote, Police Chief Nate Sloan released the following statement. I've already read that to you. But now here we are, short 49 days later on Thursday, March 28, 2024, and the City of Muncie has offered John Powell a conditional offer of employment as a Muncie City firefighter. In what world does that happen? Seriously, how did this happen? What message is the city trying to convey here? All right. I sent that at 2:47 p.m. on Friday. At 4:45, I sent the following message. I received the following message from the mayor. And this was a very strange message I received from the mayor. I received a message that said, let me get back to where it is. I received a message back from the mayor, and it said, "Thank you for the email. For the benefit of all of those you copied on your email, please list by name which Fire Merit Commission members voted in favor and which voted against." That's interesting. Thank you for the email. For the benefit of all of those that you copied on your email, please list by name which Fire Merit Commission members voted in favor and which voted against. Now, that's allegedly coming from the mayor of Muncie. I have no reason to doubt that's coming from anybody else. My belief is that's coming from Dan Ridenauer. I sent back to Dan Ridenauer the following message. It was motioned by Andrew Pop. It was seconded by Quiana Clemens, and it then passed in a voice vote 5-0. 5-0. So all 5 people voted him in. So that's that. The mayor never sent anything back, and I never heard anything more from the mayor. So that's all that we got there. I thought that was kind of interesting, and there was nothing more to that. So it is what it is. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I know that there will be more coming from this. There's a lot of stuff going on here, and it'll just take time to see what exactly comes from this and where everybody lands. So it'll be interesting. I don't think for a second that the mayor didn't know what was happening. No. I don't believe that, Joey. I think he did know, but he was playing a game because he wasn't like, "Hey, I don't know what's happening." And I also noticed that normally when Dan responds to me, if I send out an email to Dan and to 10 other people, when Dan responds, he doesn't hit reply all. He hits reply just to me. He didn't do that this time. He he hit reply all so it would go to everyone else. And his response was kind of snarky. For the benefit of all of those that you copied on your email, please list by name which people voted in favor and which voted against. So I think that's kind of interesting. He's playing some kind of a game here. So I think that's a little wonky. So just keep that posted. Also, I just want to let you guys know that Kate had to drop off. For you guys that don't know, we're doing something a little wonky this for the next week or week and a half. I don't know exactly how long. Kate is actually in Washington, the state, not the capital, and she's doing some things with some family. She's actually spending time with grandkids and watching them while her son's away at training. So while she's going to be on and we're going to be able to do most of this, there are going to be times where it'll be just me because of the time delay. It's not 10:27 there, it's 7:27. So that's what's going on there. At least Dan likes Brand, right? Yes, Dan does like Brand. Yeah, there's connection there. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Okay, now next, moving on, there is a Muncie City Council meeting this coming, let me get this pulled up here. Muncie City Council meeting tomorrow actually, and its agenda looks like this. Of course, we will be live streaming the meeting from here. Okay, let me see what this is. Let me get this pulled up here. Here's the agenda for tomorrow's meeting. And all the fools are getting together on April Fool's Day. How nice. Okay, so the meeting, April 1st, there will be a public hearing at 6:45, so the meeting will start 15 minutes early. There will be a public hearing on Ordinance 3-24, appropriation ordinance of the City of Muncie. That meeting will then end, so I want to let you guys know for the live stream. The live stream will start at 6:45. That public meeting will last seconds. Well, because of this council, it might last minutes, but it won't last for the entire 15 minutes. So then, once that meeting is over, we'll then go into an intermission, but the live stream will still run. And then at 7 p.m., the meeting will start. Just FYI, that's what will happen. You'll be able to watch that right here tomorrow at 6:45. Then the regular meeting will start at 7 p.m. in the first floor of City Hall Auditorium. All are welcome. Pledge of Allegiance, invocation, citizen recognition, roll call, approval of minutes, appointments to boards and commissions. There should be some of those still. Committee reports, the guardian advocates, ordinances previously introduced, Ordinance 2-24, an ordinance for the City of Muncie, Indiana, authorizing the issuance and sale of bonds to the city, and if necessary, bond anticipation notice for the purpose of providing funds to be applied on the cost of constructing new fire station together with all related improvements, equipment, and incidental expenses in connection therewith on the account of the issuance of bonds therefore. So this is the city's pushing ahead with an $8.9 million fire station, which is through the bot process, and it's absolutely asinine. But if you don't agree with this, you hate black people. So just FYI, there's that. Next, and that's not me saying that, that's just idiots saying that. And for everyone that is a person of color that I've talked to, they're like, we're just tired of being used in this thing. So I'm tired of talking about it too. I understand where they're at. Just do it, screw us, and let's get past it. We'll be able to say we told you so. It'll be ignorant. It'll be stupid. We'll set precedent. Instead of building a fire station for $4 million, or getting 2 or getting 2.5 for 8.9, we're going to build one station for $9 million, and then all of our stations will be $9 million after that. Absolutely asinine. All right, moving on. Appropriation or ordinance 3-24. Appropriation ordinance, City of Muncie. We'll go through all these here in a minute. Ordinance 424, ordinance for the Common Council of the City of Muncie, Indiana, approving a pilot agreement in connection with the development and construction of TWG Kilgore, affordable multifamily housing apartment complex within the City of Muncie, authorizing other matters in connection therewith. New ordinances, ordinance 524, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Muncie, Indiana, approving a pilot agreement in connection with the development and construction with the Village Tapestry Hotel project in the city and authorizing other matters in connection therewith. Ordinance 6-24, an ordinance to restrict the use of groundwater in certain areas. Ordinance 7-24, an ordinance amending Chapter 76, abandoned vehicles of the Muncie Code of Ordinances. Ordinance 8-24, an ordinance amending Chapter 77, parking lot regulations of the Muncie Code of Ordinances. Resolutions 3-24, resolution authorizing Mayor Dan Ridenour to apply for Community Development Block Grant and Home Investment Partnership Program grants from the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD. Other business and adjournment. Now let's go in to see what these things are here really quick. All right, 324, whereas the Common Council City of Muncie and the city respectively has determined to proceed with the construction of a new fire station to replace the existing fire station number 6 in the city, together with all necessary let's see here. Council's determined the estimated cost of the project and the incidental expenses. On anticipation notes. This project being not to exceed $8,700,000. All right. So there's that. That's for the fire department. That'll be amazing. Who put this forward? Okay. Controller and legal counsel. 4 is this is for the apartment complex along Kilgore. They talked about this last time, so this will be interesting. I'll have to read through that. See what the discussion on that is tomorrow. Ordinance 5. This is the hotel situation. Ordinance, the Common Council, City of Muncie, Indiana, approving a pilot agreement in connection with the development and construction of the Village Tapestry Hotel project in the city and authorizing other matters in connection therewith. Okay. Pilot agreement shall provide for a payment by the company in an amount of $50,000 per year for years 1 through 5 of operation in the project, and $100,000 per year for the years 6 through 10 of operation for the project. The annual payments, and whereas it's anticipated the project will be fully assessed with all tax liability assumed by year 11 of operation of the project. Okay. So that's what that is. Ordinance 6. Let's take a look at what this is. Okay, what are they doing? Let's see what Exhibit A looks like. All right, where is this? 5th Street. And I don't know that this is a bad idea. I'm not saying I don't know. I'd like to know what they're doing here, why they're doing this. What I'd like to hear. It'll be interesting to hear what the reasoning here is. I don't see that as being a problem. I mean, okay, so this is the area. This is like here's the cemetery. This is Kilgore. So, all right, yeah. I mean, this don't sound bad. I don't know what the deal is here. Whatever. We'll find out what the hell's going on there. What's spurring this on all of a sudden? Abandoned vehicles. Uh, I'd like to know what they're going to do here. What are they trying to do here? What is changing here? I'll have to read through this and determine. We'll talk about this tomorrow during obviously the meeting and then during the show. Parking lot regulations. I don't. It'll be interesting to see what exactly they're trying to do here. They're trying to change these two things all of a sudden, and my question always is why? What are we changing? And is it for the betterment, or is it just because, hey, we can now change some things, and we're gonna make something stupider? And that's generally what happens with government. So we'll have to determine if this is a good cause or not. I don't really know what they're doing there. Let's go down here to resolutions, find out what the resolution is. 2024 2-24. And this resolution is okay. It's a resolution dealing with the building, the company. It seems like it's probably going to be a has to do with economic development, and I would assume they're going to do a tax abatement. Just saying that the mayor can, Dale Basham put this forward. So, okay, what's this? I'll have to read through. I have not read through this yet. I'll read through this tonight, and we'll talk about this tomorrow. See what exactly they're trying to do here and what they're wanting to do. I'm not opposed to this. I'm not for it yet. We'll have to see what's going on with it. So that's what's on the agenda for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to see what's going on there. We will be live streaming that meeting at 6:45. You can watch that right here on our channel, The Political Spotlight. We'll keep that posted, and we'll see what's happening. I've been off the page reading. Let me see what some of your comments are here. I apologize. Kate's not here, so we've not got some of these up. Give me a second. Okay. Can I get a 5th floor for City Hall? All right, I saw that. I'm still waiting for Dan's 3-month Hoyt project to get done 6 months. I know. I'm like, what is going on? I happened to go through there the other day, and I saw that, and I was like, what is this still doing? Why is this still here? That made no sense to me. I have no idea. I have no idea. I still have not received Alva. Thank you for the pronunciation there, Joey. I have not received that yet, Alva. I'm still waiting on that record release from the city. There's one record request that I've been waiting on for the city of Muncie and from the county for forever. And I'm going to have to bring it to their attention, 2 different entities, because I have filed many other record requests since then. So I will have to bring that to their attention. So I appreciate you bringing that up. But no, I do not have that. And while we're on the city of Muncie real quick, I do want to I did not put this on the agenda, but since we're here, we might as well deal. Oops, sorry. I about got tricked. I about went to the city of Muncie. I want to listen to this really quick because Alva brought this up the other day, and we did not listen to this, and this is important to listen to.
If you can believe that or not. Nope. March 27th meeting of the Muncie Board of Public Works and Safety. If you please rise, we'll recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning. If we could have roll call, please.
Ted Baker.
I'm present.
Lola Maurer.
Present.
Linda Gregory. Present.
We have been presented with the minutes from the March 20th meeting. If we could have comments or a motion to approve.
I move approval of the March 20th minutes as presented.
I'll second.
Okay, any comments or questions? Except once again, Lacey, thank you
Great
so
job.
much. I know we keep saying that, but it's really appreciated. And you do work hard on behalf of our city, and you're a bright shining star. So thank you. Okay, so all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Great. We've been presented with the Register of Claims. Mr. Craig Wright, City Controller, please.
Morning.
Morning.
Sent out the claims yesterday afternoon, and really nothing out of the unusual. I just sent out highlighting some of the larger claims. We did put some money towards the crisis center and flock safety, which was out of edit funds, and cleaning up of what the city refers to as the Till Pond area out on MLK and the bypass and 12th Street. And with that, I will open it up to any questions you might have.
Linda?
I didn't have any. None for me, thank you.
Well, none for me, but I will say that just like Lacey, you guys are doing an amazing job getting these detailed, and thank you very much. It does appear that the city is busy doing a lot of different projects, a lot of different things. And the way I can see it's on behalf of so many different parts of the city, so many sectors, and so that's great. So thank you very much.
And I want to tip my hat to all the department heads for they're the ones that make it happen. So.
Okay, are there any?
So Jackie, I saw that you asked what the expenditure was for the claims. Mr. Wright, what is the specific crisis center expense that you referenced? City of Muncie Crisis Center paid by check 264311, paid 31424, billed 31424, paid 32824, in the total of 162,577.15. So give me a second to track that because I need to request that tomorrow. I'm waiting on the other bill to find out what that was for exactly. Because keep in mind, remember, I'm waiting on them to tell me. What exactly that money has went for, okay? Because keep in mind, they've done extra work than what we have allotted them to do. They crushed up the footer, they crushed up that cement, they took all the piping out, they hauled it away, and they poured new cement. And we did not think that they were going to do that. Well, no, that's a lie. We specifically knew they were going to do that. We knew they were going to have to do that. We knew that was going to have to happen. But they did not do that. They didn't bill for that. They did not plan for that. Move it and then have a plumber replumb the slab and pour concrete. None of that was involved in the original bid. Yeah, absolutely. To bust up that concrete and remove it and then have a plumber replumb the slab and floor and pour new concrete was none of that was involved in the original bid. Yeah. And Stumblefoot says, you know how quickly things can go with a lady when you've been alone for a while. This meeting's quicker. Yeah. Well, no, honestly, this meeting's actually 7 minutes long. So, you've got like 2 rounds there, Stumblefoot. So yeah, this crisis center deal, let me get to the bottom of it, and let me get the figure of this real quick here. Vendor 78777, vendor, check number 264311, Fredericks. Okay, 0314 0328. Paid was 162,577.15. Okay, so we're just going to keep track on them because I believe that we will see somehow paying them more. And my question will be, are they going to turn in a change order for that, or what are they going to do for that? They've got to figure out a way to deal with that somehow. All right.
Okay, having none, all those in favor signify by, we need a
didn't
motion.
You didn't give me a chance.
Okay, we need Linda to provide a motion.
I move approval of the register claims for the week for $888,103.
Second.
Okay, great. Now, are there any comments or questions? I apologize. Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, Craig, and your team. Unfinished business, we have had under advisement some quotes about the McCullough Park Lodge. Alan Wisely?
So we're back from our second round of quotes, which this is for the windows again. The first time we quoted these, we only got one response. Quoted it again to 10 window companies and subcontractors, the union, the Black Chamber. Still only got the one response. But this time what we did is we gave them the option to quote us at either the wire glass, which is what is in the windows now, or a comparable glass that won't necessarily look the same, but it'll probably stand up better and will be easier to get. So we received one quote back from Pridemark Construction, which for the wire glass specs is $28,600, or the alternate, which is to use laminated glass, is $23,400. So that is that. And the other thing that I just wanted to let you guys know on is for the two areas. So now this, and then the flooring where we only got one quote after multiple attempts of solicitation. Our HUD procurement regs do allow us to go with a non-competitive process if competition has been seen inadequate, and that site is 24 CFR 85.36, and I have a copy of that if any of the members of the board are interested.
Okay, so what are you asking to do?
This time, just take them under advisement, and I'll be back with contracts hopefully next week.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate your help on this. Going to new business, we have noise exemption authorization from Cobra Firing Systems. Someone here from Cobra? Okay, no. They have received authorization from the police chief after some negotiations and some working through the details, which I appreciate.
They have one more week.
Yeah.
I'm suggesting we
We'll-
reach out and,
Yeah.
because I think for that one, they need to be here.
Yeah, okay, we'll put that, we'll contact them. And then also request for flex space from Verme's Bistro.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Jen. I'm with AccuTech representing Vera Mays. We would like to open up the patio as soon as possible. We really want to make sure it's open for the eclipse so we can welcome people to that space that weekend as well.
Okay.
So no changes as to the years before.
Yeah, the drawings have been here for a while, haven't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep. We don't plan to make any changes. So just the 3 spaces in the front.
I move approval, of the flex space.
And I'll second.
okay. Any other comments or questions?
I do have one. Have there been any complaints at all? Do you know?
No. If anything, people complain when it's not up. That's the only complaint I get about that. So yeah.
Yeah, those kind of spaces there and, others just promote a real nice atmosphere downtown on a beautiful summer evening, so.
Yeah, we really try to beautify it. We'll obviously add plants and flowers and make it as welcoming as possible.
Yeah.
Any other comments or questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carried. She'll have paperwork ready for you after we sign it.
Okay, perfect. And I will head to the street department after this to pay for the
Okay.
permit.
You can work it, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
We know where you live, so.
Yeah.
or your business. Okay, are there any other information or comments or things to be items to be brought to the Board of Works at this time? Anybody? Going once? Going twice? Meeting adjourned. Thank
Good Lord. Well, that's done. Thank God. I just about shit. I can't deal with those people anyways. Okay. So that is that. We're getting a little long. It's 1:47 here. I will talk about this just briefly. We talked about last week in closing on closing the week off on Thursday. I think we talked a little bit about this mailer that went out. We talked about how it's a very bad look for the county. It looks as if the Delaware County government essentially is campaigning for Commissioner King, and hell, they are. I mean, it is. Look, let's just be honest here. Okay? That is what's happening. Like, why anybody in their right mind would try to fight this? It is what's happening. King's the commissioner. Shannon's the commissioner. Sherry's a commissioner. They've got their friends and their positions, and they don't want that to go anywhere. They don't want that to go anywhere. Listen, I can tell you, folks, I feel it in my bones. James King is done. Stephen Brand is going to wipe every memory of King out of the county. 2 years ago, when James King ran against Skinner, it was wildly stupid, it was ill-advised, and it shows you the small-minded ignorance from people in positions of power within the Republican Party. Victor Whitehead, the former party chairman before Ed, wanted to send Skinner a message. Do not question my people. Because Skinner, the elected sheriff of the county, was doing his damn job. He was keeping the citizens safe. He was doing well in the jail. He was trying to make a good thing go on in the jail with federal inmates. And he was fighting for his guys and gals to get good pay. He wasn't being a John Sproles because he's had a life in law enforcement and he understands law enforcement. He understands leadership and everything else that goes with that. And so he tried to talk with the council behind the scenes. He tried to talk with the commissioners behind the scenes. He tried to talk with these people and make things work so that they could figure this out as people on the same team. And Scott Alexander, pardon my language, wanted to be a puss about it. Didn't want to step up to the plate. He did exactly like we see from Jessica. He governed from a place of fear. So he wouldn't do what needed to be done. And he blew Skinner off. And Skinner said, all right, the only person that's working with me, is Ryan. And they're all shitting on me. They're all shitting on Ryan. So we're going to do the best thing that we can possibly do. We're going to take it to these people's bosses. We're going to take it to the streets. We're going to take it to the people. And Skinner came forward and he talked to the citizens. And the citizens said, we back our sheriff. And it didn't do well for the council, and it made the council, and it made the county, and it made the commissioners look bad. And small-minded Victor, with his small-minded Republican friends, said, we're going to teach the sheriff, we're going to teach him a lesson. So they got their candidate off the short bus and they said, we're going to run you against him. And against Skinner, King did run. And he got beat severely. Skinner bitch slapped him all the way back to 12th grade. Now, if that had not happened, this would have been a bit bigger fight, I think. But King, still reeling from his fight with Skinner in 22, is now up against Brand, who is a totally different candidate. A totally different human. And he is going to wipe King out of the government. So Mike Jones can get on and bully people. He can get on and belittle people. He can get on and say he hates me, and he hates Ryan, and he hates Brand, and King, King's as good as they come and all that stuff, whatever. It's because they're scared. I almost feel sorry for him. I almost feel sorry for him. But I know on May 8th, I'm going to pick up my phone and I'm going to type in the words to Mike Jones, and I'm going to say simply 2 words. What happened? I'm telling it to you right now. I'm gonna message him, and I'm gonna text him, and I'm gonna put it right there for the world to see. And I'm gonna say what happened. And probably that'll be the name of my episode that night. What happened? May 8th. That's what I'm going to call it. What happened? Because I will want Mike to tell me where it went wrong for King. Because I can tell him. But I want to know if Mike will know. I want to know what Mike will think then. So that's the reason they're scared. That's the reason they're doing all of the outlandish things they're doing. That's the reason they have the Muncie Redevelopment Commission making this mailer. And let's be honest. None of that is going to do it. It's too late. It's too late. You know? It's like you think about things or destiny and things like that, you know? Like the person that gets in a car wreck, and right before they got in the car wreck, they were driving down the road. And a little bit before that, the car that wrecks them is driving down the road. And they were, you know, they're going through time. You know, it's like the people, you know, that got the atomic bomb dropped on Japan. And hours beforehand, when the plane was flying there, there's people in Japan eating breakfast and stuff, and their day's already written, basically. It's just a matter of time. That's what's going on with this election. It's already done. King's already beat. He just doesn't know it yet. Or maybe he does. So, I don't know. I'm going to still contact the IRS. I highly recommend you others out there to do that, to let them know that they're using a nonprofit as a campaign office. Let me show you this. Let me show you my latest find. I'm gonna show this to you in Messenger here. This is really big. Look at this. Alva, listen to me. I just got somebody that messaged me and said, I swear to God, Alva is wild. I like her. So I don't know if you're the person that said that. I don't know if you're still watching. But when I first met Alva on here for like months, I thought Alva was a woman too. That's great. Tell him to send my check. I love it. That is hilarious. Oh my God. Let me see here. This is what I want to show you about Mr. Mike Jones. Oh, this is what I found. I found this. I'm going to play this for the IRS, and I want them to explain it to me. All right. I want them to explain it to me. Oh, wait. Is that you? Is that it's me? RG3B? Is that you that said that? That would be hilarious. That's hilarious. All right, I want to show you this. I found this for Mr. Mikey Jones, and for everybody that is talking about this. I want to show you this here. So this is on Jimmy King's. It's me. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. All right, look at this. Join the movement to support James King for Delaware County Commissioner. Show your support with a James King yard sign. Available in 4x4 and 2x4 sizes. Let us know if you'd like one, and we'll add your name to the list for delivery. Additionally, we're seeking 4 to 6 enthusiastic volunteers to help us spread the word by putting up signs around the county. If you're passionate about making a difference and want to get involved, we need your help. Contact Bill Walters at the East Central Indiana Redevelopment Commission office at 765-713-7000, or Michelle Batters at another number to request a sign or sign up to volunteer today. Together, we can build the future for Delaware County. King, you've been commissioner for years. Why is it just today? Why are you just now starting today to build Delaware County? Shouldn't we have been building it all those other years? All right, but look at the comment. Look at the comment that Mike Jones left. I'll text it. I'll text a list to the office. I'll text a list to the office. Well, hello there, Jordan B. Hope you had a good Easter, sir. I'm going to come in and see you here in a couple days. I need to come in there and see you. I'll stop in and see you guys this week. Hope you and the missus are doing well. I saw a picture of you I was going to change, but I didn't get around to it. I didn't want to mess with your Easter picture. But I'll be changing a picture here in the next coming days. Look at this. This is really interesting to me. This is really, really interesting. You know, I could. You're right, Alva. But let me tell you this. The office. Well, what office? And I can tell you this. The Delaware County Commissioner's office doesn't have a cell phone to be able to text a number to. The only number that I know that has an office that you can text a number to is this number right here, the 713-7000 number. That is an office number for the East Central Indiana Redevelopment nonsense. And it's a cell phone number. It's a cell phone number that they use. So Mike Jones was telling Commissioner James King and Bill Walters, I will text campaign list to a nonprofit. Now, I asked Mike, what office are you talking about? And Mike said, it ain't none of your business. And I was like, it's already my business. It's already over. We don't even need to fight it anymore, man. So have your mailers. I'm going to make you look like ignorant there. Listen, for anybody that's been watching the TBS, the March Madness, where they've been, a bunch of idiots have been shooting balls in baskets, and we've been looking at this like 9-foot tall Canadian running around for Purdue. I didn't even know Canadians were above 4 foot tall. And here this guy's like 9 foot tall, 9 foot Chinaman from Canada. It made no sense, but whatever. I watched in between those guys playing with those balls. I watched, and there were some advertisements for James King. Now, I knew that King would be on a station where you had these guys playing with these balls. And it's like, hey, elect me, James King. And it's basically the same ad information from that mailer. So I want to know, did he steal the county's information to put out that campaign ad? Did we put a campaign ad together for King from tax dollars? There's a whole bunch of chaos going on there. There's a whole bunch of craziness happening. And we're going to push it forward and make sense. But truth be told, it doesn't matter. It's already done. This election's already over. Now, when I say that, that doesn't mean lay out. It's over because you guys are going to go out and vote. Vote, 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 vote. If you're not registered to vote, if you've been divorced, if you've never been registered, listen to me. You can still get registered today. You need to get registered today. Get registered today, and you can do that by going to voters registration, or in the Delaware County building, or you can do it right from the comfort of your own home, in your own underwear, on the toilet, in the bed, in the line at the drive-thru. You go to www.indianavoters with an S, www.indianavoters.com. You have until 11:59 on Monday, April 8th to get registered. This coming Monday is the 1st. April 8th is the following Monday. It's coming close to the end, folks. www.indianavoters. Do not delay. Do it today. You need your driver's license or your state ID card. Get registered. It will be easy. I swear to God. I swear to God. It's very easy. I can help you if you need help. I'll walk you through it tomorrow when we're on. I'll walk you through getting registered. The last picture that I want to show you here is tomorrow. Tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the day. I'm going to shave this craziness, and I'm going to cut this insanity. Finally, I decided what we're going to do. We're going to go back to this. We're going to go back to this look right here. This will be our new look. I hope it'll be tomorrow. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. I don't know. I'm going to shoot for this week. Monday or Tuesday. We're supposed to get some bad weather, I think, Monday into Tuesday, so we'll have to see. I don't know, but I'm getting the feeling that it's starting to bother me, so I'll keep you posted. I don't know. As soon as I say it, I'm like, I don't. You lie. See, look. I don't know. I don't know. I'll try. I'll see. I'll see what happens. I'll see. The last thing I want to tell you guys tonight is there's some madness going on in Madison County still, Henry County. Wednesday night, we're going to do another episode from Madison County. Wednesday night, we're going to do an episode from Madison County, so be on the lookout for that Madison County episode tomorrow, or Wednesday night, Madison County episode Wednesday night. This week, tomorrow, we'll go through the election process. I'm looking for some record requests. We've got some stuff going. I'll keep you posted. And then that's Monday. I don't know what Tuesday is. Wednesday's Madison County, and we're going to be busy this week, I can tell you that. So I'll keep you guys posted. Thank you all for everything, for being here, for watching. Take care, Jordy. I will see you this week. I'll stop in and see you guys. Everyone, thank you all for watching. Please do us a favor. You know, it helps us if you're interested in becoming a member. Going on there, you can become a member. I think for as cheap as like $2. Let me see. I don't even know what it costs. Join. Let me see. This is nonsense. You can become the Lighthouse Keeper for $2.99 a month. You can become a Spotlighter for $6.99 a month. Or you can become a member of the Duck Club for $19.99 a month. You can do any number of those if you so choose. You can also give us super sticker savers or whatever. But you don't have to do any of that. What we appreciate more than anything is sharing the show with everyone that you know. Help spread the word. It's very, very helpful. We're talking about local and state politics here. Once we get through this May election, we're going to go back into some national politics at least a couple days a week, because then going into November, we're going to be dealing with a presidential federal election. So we're going to start getting into some federal stuff as well, folks. We will be here through God willing. You guys are wonderful. Thank you for everything. Have a great rest of your Sunday night. Have a great start to your week. We will be here tomorrow live on location from the Muncie City Council meeting. You can watch it right here on this channel. And then we will be live. You know how Mondays are. We should be on at 9, but it might be a little later. And if it goes past 9 p.m., we will be on the very next half-hour point past the time we get out. So if we get out before 9, we'll be live at 9. But if we get out at say 9:25, we'll be on at the 10. If we get out at 9:45, we'll be on at 10:30. I'm hoping that crap doesn't happen. It should be a quick meeting. Muncie's a shit show. We don't know. Keep posted. You guys take care. Watch the sky tomorrow. We're supposed to be getting some bad weather in here. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. So keep your eye to the sky. We'll also have more information on nasty Lewis. So keep you're coming back here. We'll have some information here on Lewis in the next couple coming days. And I'll also have some information, hopefully, on what's going on with Kimbrell's trial, too. You guys take care. Have a great evening. God bless each and every one of you. Until tomorrow. Goodbye!